Picture this. You wake up feeling like your brain is wrapped in cotton. You can't focus on simple tasks, and your emotions are all over the place. You might think it's just stress or getting older, but what if I told you the real culprit could be something most men never even consider? Estrogen. Yes, that hormone you probably think only women need to worry about is quietly wreaking havoc on your brain right now, and the effects are more devastating than you realize. Most guys hear estrogen and immediately think it has nothing to do with them. That's the biggest mistake you can make with your health. Every single day, your brain is being influenced by this hormone in ways that determine whether you feel sharp and focused or foggy and scattered. The scary part: most men walking around today have estrogen levels that would make their grandfather's generation cringe, and they have no idea what it's doing to their mental performance. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your brain feels different than it used to and have a clear roadmap to fix it. Let me start with something that might shock you. Your brain has estrogen receptors scattered throughout the most critical areas responsible for thinking, memory, and emotional regulation. They're strategically located in your prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, and amygdala. When estrogen levels spike beyond normal ranges, these receptors get overwhelmed, and that's when the problems begin. The prefrontal cortex is your brain's CEO. It's responsible for executive function, decision-making, and maintaining focus on complex tasks. The result is mental chaos. But here's where it gets really interesting. The hippocampus, your brain's memory center, responds to estrogen in a completely different way. Small amounts can actually enhance memory formation, but when levels get too high, it creates a traffic jam. Names and faces that should be familiar suddenly feel foreign. Now let's talk about what's happening in your amygdala, the brain's alarm system. This tiny structure processes emotional responses and determines how you react to stress. You might find yourself getting irritated over things that never bothered you before, or feeling anxious about situations you used to handle easily. Estrogen directly influences how your brain makes and uses dopamine, the chemical responsible for motivation and reward processing. Your brain stops releasing those satisfying hits of dopamine when you complete goals, making it harder to stay motivated for anything. Serotonin gets hit even harder. This neurotransmitter regulates mood, sleep, and overall well-being. Your sleep quality deteriorates because serotonin helps produce melatonin, so you're caught in a cycle where poor sleep makes hormonal imbalances worse. Elevated estrogen triggers inflammatory responses in brain tissue, particularly around the blood-brain barrier. This is why some men notice their mental sharpness declining gradually over months or years without understanding why. But where is all this excess estrogen coming from? The modern environment is essentially an estrogen factory. Plastic containers leach xenoestrogens into your food and drinks. Personal care products contain parabens and phthalates that mimic estrogen in your body. Even the water you drink often contains traces of synthetic estrogens from birth control pills and hormone replacement therapy that water treatment plants can't completely filter out. Your diet plays a massive role too. Conventionally raised meat and dairy products contain residual hormones from livestock farming practices. Soy products, while controversial, can contribute to estrogen-like activity in some men. Stress makes everything worse. Your liver deserves special attention here because it's responsible for metabolizing and clearing excess hormones from your system. If your liver isn't functioning optimally due to poor diet, alcohol consumption, or toxic overload, estrogen builds up like backed up plumbing. Now let's get to the solutions, because understanding the problem is only half the battle. The good news is that your brain has remarkable plasticity, meaning it can recover and adapt when you give it the right conditions. First, you need to support your liver's detoxification pathways. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts contain compounds called indole-3-carbinol and diindolylmethane that specifically help metabolize excess estrogen. Fiber becomes your best friend in this process. Soluble fiber binds to excess hormones in your digestive tract and helps eliminate them through waste rather than allowing them to be reabsorbed. Aim for at least 35 grams daily from sources like leafy greens, berries, and legumes. Your gut microbiome plays a crucial role that most people overlook. Certain bacterial strains help break down and eliminate excess estrogen, while others can actually convert other compounds into estrogen-like substances. Fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, and kefir introduce beneficial bacteria that support healthy hormone metabolism. Exercise becomes a powerful tool for multiple reasons. Resistance training specifically helps increase testosterone production while improving your body's insulin sensitivity. Better insulin function means better hormone regulation overall. Cardiovascular exercise helps your lymphatic system clear metabolic waste, including excess hormones. Sleep optimization cannot be ignored. Growth hormone and testosterone production peak during deep sleep phases, and these hormones help counterbalance excess estrogen. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep in a cool, dark room. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed, as blue light disrupts melatonin production. Certain natural compounds can provide additional support. Zinc plays a critical role in testosterone production and helps inhibit the enzyme that converts testosterone to estrogen. Magnesium supports over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, including many involved in hormone metabolism. Vitamin D acts more like a hormone than a vitamin and helps regulate your entire endocrine system. Green tea contains compounds called catechins that help reduce estrogen activity in tissues. Pomegranate extract has been shown to support healthy estrogen metabolism. These aren't miracle cures, but they can provide meaningful support when combined with lifestyle changes. Managing stress becomes non-negotiable. Chronic stress perpetuates the cycle of hormonal imbalance. Whether it's meditation, deep breathing exercises, time in nature, or regular massage, find stress reduction techniques that work for you and practice them consistently. Consider your environment carefully. Switch to glass or stainless steel containers for food storage. Choose personal care products free from parabens and phthalates. Install a quality water filter that removes pharmaceutical residues and industrial chemicals. The timeline for seeing improvements varies, but many men notice changes in mental clarity within 2 to 4 weeks of implementing these strategies consistently. Brain fog starts lifting first, followed by improved focus and emotional stability. Full hormonal rebalancing can take 3 to 6 months, but the improvements compound over time. Remember that this isn't about completely eliminating estrogen from your body. You need some estrogen for optimal brain function, bone health, and cardiovascular protection. The goal is achieving proper balance where estrogen supports rather than dominates your physiology. Your brain is incredibly resilient and wants to function optimally. When you remove the obstacles and provide the right support, it will reward you with the mental clarity, focus, and emotional stability you remember having. The key is consistency and patience as your body rebalances itself naturally. Most men go years without connecting their mental symptoms to hormonal imbalances because they've never been taught to consider estrogen as a factor in their health. Now, you have information that puts you ahead of 90% of guys walking around feeling mentally sluggish without knowing why. Take action on at least one of these strategies this week. Small, consistent changes create dramatic results over time. Your brain will thank you.